Now we're back here at the TLA offices with the director of August, which has one more screening tomorrow, Sunday the 17th at 7:15. And please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Brian Sloan. I'm the co-writer and associate producer of August.
And let's talk about the genesis of this project and how you came to it, and a little overview.
Oh, sure. August started when, back in 2005, I was at a film festival in Los Angeles, and I saw a short film called Postmortem, directed by Eldar Rappaport. And I was very impressed by this short film. It's about two ex-boyfriends who meet up for coffee a few years after their relationship has ended and kind of have a discussion about how things went, which leads to other things. The short was really great, and I just thought there was more to the story. So I met Eldar, the filmmaker and the director, and I said, you know, I'd really like to work with you on making this a full-length feature. I think there's a really great story here, and there's a lot more to tell about what happened between these two guys, what happens now. So we started working on a screenplay together, and now, 5 years later, here we are at QFest.
It does take a while to put things together,
doesn't it? Takes a while, yeah.
You have to have a lot of patience and just know and believe in the project.
Yeah, and I think, you know, also the writing process took us a little while. We're not in the same city. He was in LA, I was in New York, so we were kind of trading scripts back and forth over a period of like 2 or 3 years. We did a reading of the script in New York, and then kind of revised it some more. So it was definitely a process of taking this short film, which was about 15 minutes, and really turning it into a fully realized feature, which in the end is about 100 minutes. So yeah, it was a bit of a process to kind of figure out how that was all going to work.
And what are you hoping our audiences will take away from this film?
Well, August, the feature, is a very intense and sexy movie. It's essentially the story of a love triangle set in Los Angeles. Set in Los Angeles during a heat wave. So, so it's, you know, it's sort of it's a very emotional film, and it's about these three characters who kind of come to an emotional crossroads in a way when they all are kind of like intertwined. The ex-boyfriend meets up for coffee. It's the same beginning as our short film, but then we kind of take that further and explore what happens sort of after that initial meeting and how it's going to affect all three of their lives and their relationships.
I like that. And then does it have a real steamy, like the set, the background of it? Does it's a lot of sweating, a lot of like
sweating, you know, everybody's sweating and not wearing their shirts, and you know, we definitely wanted it to be a very sexy movie, but you know, when we were talking with the actors about these scenes, they're very emotionally, you know, they're not just kind of naked, they're emotionally naked, and I think one of the actors actually talked about that was sort of the harder thing for him almost than being literally naked. It was like the emotions in this movie are so raw and so much on the surface that for him was the real challenge. The actual nudity for him was not a big deal. And I think, you know, in a way that's sort of the movie too. Like the nudity is kind of a little beside the point of what we're trying to express in the film, which is really about getting into this very complicated relationship between three people and how it is affected over the course of a few weeks in the month of August.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here at QFest, and thanks for the interview.
Yeah, and the movie's tomorrow night, Sunday night at 7:15. Hope you can make it.
Perfect.